athletes in the SB14. Emma Van Dyck is one of them. She was a Paris Paralympian. The Canada A standard in all of our para events is something we're going to have to keep an eye on, but it is tight. So that is the time that placed 5th at the Paralympics last summer. That is the time that is kind of the equivalent of our Aqua A standard, so it basically guarantees them a spot on the team. For SB9, that time is 1:18:39, so pretty far off where we're at right now, but you never know. And then for SB14, it's a 1:19:26. SB14 will be represented out in lane number 6 there. Like I said, the Paralympian, Emma Van Dyck. Also, she's the only SB14. I did want to note very quickly, too, when I mentioned the classification, SB is basically the classification for breaststroke. S is for backstroke and freestyle and butterfly, and then SM, which is the medley, so the IM. And the reason why it's different is depending, like I said, on the impairment, you could have very different mobility for one stroke versus another, so specific strokes are classified accordingly, and for this one, there you have a classification based on SB, and so that's where the athletes are coming from.
So Ali Deal in lane number 4, from Prince Albert. She was the closest to that A standard this morning. She swam 1:24:22. She's out 38:70 in that first 50 meters. Sophie Wood also competing in the SB9 category. She turns next, 41:45. Megan Calhoun is third. Now as we turn on to the back half of the race, so a bit of a drop that we're going to need to see from Deal to get down to that qualifying standard.
But something, too, we will keep an eye on that para points. And important to note that lanes 3, 4, and 5, all SB9, so they're racing the clock against each other right now.
And here we go towards the finish. A little bit less than 15 meters to go in the middle of the pool for your race leader. 1:24:22 this morning. And it's going to be Ali Deal from Prince Albert in lane number 4. She's going to be first to the wall. Time of 1:24:44. Right about where she was this morning, scoring 850 points. Next to the wall is Sophie Wood, followed by Emma Van Dyck.
Yeah, and you can see her shaking her head a little bit. She doesn't look too happy with that performance. Often when you see an athlete go right on or a little bit slower than what they were in the morning, they come in with a little bit more expectation and they leave a little bit disappointed. But she'll get the win here. The most para points in the women's 100 breaststroke. Ali Deal, SB9. We do have one more competitor continuing. 2 more. Apologies, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, we've got Jessica Tinney. She swims the SB4 category from Ajax. She's in lane number 2. Ruby Stevens, SB5, swimming in lane number 7. This morning they were 240.0 for Tinney, 249.7 for Stevens. Coming to the finish of their race with less than 25 meters to go. Looks like in the top of your screen, lane number 2, Jessica Tinney. She'll be into the wall next. Again, 240.07 this morning. Be pretty close to that. And there we go for Tinney, time 241.85. And here comes at the bottom of your screen, Ruby Stevens. Her time this morning was 249.73. And Stevens to the wall next, the time of 257.74.
And the points are calculated, so we still do have the same top 3 finishers as we initially spoke about. Ali Deal will take the win in the women's multi-class 100 breaststroke.
There we go. Our first men's event for the para swimming now. It's going to be the 100-meter breaststroke.
Which is going to be great because we get to see the Paralympic champion in it. But first, we're going to hear from Ali Deal on how she thinks about that race.